Hello, baby.
Hello, nasty. Hello there.
Hello.
I say hello.
Hello, friend.
Well, hello, little girl.
Hello, my treacherous friends.
Hello, operator. The beginning of everything.
Welcome back, my friends.
It's showtime.
Hey, it's the Brink of Sanity again. It is episode 174. We just refuse to quit, folks. Alex is here. How you doing?
Hello, doing good.
It's been a while.
A long while. Thank you very much for having me back.
And Marc is here, and Alex is actually my neighbor now, so welcome to the neighborhood.
Thank you. It's good to it's good to be in a story. I'm just gonna put it that way.
Yeah? Good.
Yeah.
Cool. you say that like reluctantly, like it's good to be gay now. It's fine.
Well, it's not quite the East Village.
No. I mean, it's just when you live someplace so long, you know.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good to be in low security jail. I like it. It's much better than high security.
It's awesome to get booted out of my building and have to move to last.
Where were you living before?
I was over in the East Village on 3rd Street and 2nd Avenue, and it was like it was a Craigslist place that I found when I first moved to the city and didn't know anybody there, and then just sort of outlived all of my roommates, and then got 2 really good roommates, and slowly they.
But anyone's confused. By outlived, he means they actually died. Go
He
on.
murdered them.
I did, and they are.
The charges never stuck. Go on.
they never stopped. But no, but then the landlord back in March sent us all a letter. Well, sent me and my roommates a letter saying that they were going to renew our lease, that they were selling the building to new owners that did not want to renew our lease.
He wrote, "Roses are red, violets are blue. We're kicking your neighbors out, and also you."
Exactly. So
the new owners have class. You don't. Bye.
Bye. Yes.
They didn't even offer like a chance to like renew at a higher price or anything.
That was my biggest complaint, is that, I understand they have a right to do that, but I've been there for 8.5, almost 9 years. Like, at least offer me, what would your price going to be? But I know there is no price because they're going to gut it and charge people 3-4 times what I was paying, for the new apartment.
Great. That's what they did with my apartment in the East Village, so I know how that feels.
Oh yeah, Stuytown.
Yep.
Did you want to sing? Did you when you found out you had to leave? Did you want to like find the landlord and sing that Gaye song to him?
Well, here's the funny thing. I actually I met his daughter, his 2 daughters. I met and know them, and we started a coalition amongst the tenants that were being kicked out to try and fight it.
I thought you were going to say all flirt with them. Whoever can nail the landlord's daughter first gets to stay.
Gets to stay.
I'm gonna get kicked out, but his daughter needs therapy. Go on.
She needs some oral therapy. No. So we tried to fight it, but then we found out that it just wasn't going to work. At least not quickly enough. And then I got this like weird Facebook message from her saying, "Oh, I guess you hate our family, but let me just," and like went on this whole like diatribe about how it's legal and and I was like,
whatever helps you sleep at night, baby.
Yeah, I didn't say shit
But
about
why?
your dad.
But what does she even care if you hate her family?
That's a good point. I don't know.
Like how close were you guys? How much did you guys hang out?
Well, we met on a singles cruise actually.
Oh.
And but then once we both got back to the city, I hung out with her sister a couple times. She's cool, but this other girl.
How old were these girls?
Well, the one sister's by now
16.
she's probably 16. Know what I mean? No, like 30. Well, gosh, the one is probably 35 by now, and the other one's probably 33.
Okay.
So, but that was a couple of years ago. So.
Attractive?
Yeah, both of them are very attractive. One I was even more attracted to, and we got along better, but turns out that she's lesbian.
Oh.
So, darn.
What about the non-lesbian, less attractive one?
She. I mean,
I wonder if that's what people call her. Oh, you're the non-lesbian, less attractive one.
I don't know. I try to,
It's called NLLA. She doesn't know what you're talking about.
No, I mean, I tried to go on a date with her, but it never happened. She said yes, and then she backed out, and I was like, okay, well, Have
You're
a
like,
nice
you're a
life.
lesbian too, aren't you? No, I just don't like you.
No, I just don't like you.
You can pretend I am, but I like dudes and just not you.
Just everyone but you. Let's put it that way. But yeah,
So which one was it, the lesbian or the non-lesbian, less good-looking one who Facebooked you?
the non-lesbian one.
Oh. It's just like, so she gave one a whole thing about, it's legal what we're doing. Why do you hate our family? You're going to hell?
Yeah, and then at the end it's like, hope you're having a good spring. I was like, no, I'm not fucking having a good spring.
Considering I'm borderline homeless, yeah, not the greatest.
I've looked up the laws. We are in our rights to make you homeless. Hope things are well.
Yeah.
You got the new Batman movie? Talk to you later.
Well, on the plus side, it's spring, so when you're outside, the
won't
weather will
turn
be
so
nicer. Yeah, you won't have to sleep in the snow.
To be fair, we're saying you're going to be homeless. New York City has about 1 million apartments, so it wasn't like you had no other options.
No, it's not. It's just, I haven't moved in, like I said, 8.5 years. So having the money, capital up front that you need, like for your damage deposit, for your first month's rent, and let's not forget about our lovely broker's fees. Did
Did you pay a broker fee?
I was gonna, and then it's a really long story. I don't want to bore your listeners, but I ended up.
that's never
You
happened
assume we have
before.
listeners. Go on.
The place I found in the story here actually didn't have a broker's fee. Thank goodness, because then I would really be poor.
In
right
my
now.
position.
Yeah, well,
The broker's fees are the worst thing ever because you feel like they've done so little to find you the place.
Well, especially when you go to a broker and, like, I went to a few brokers, so I understand, like, all right, they did work and they got no money. But the broker I went to get this apartment, he only showed me this apartment. So, like, it's like, oh, you spent 7 minutes of work. Here's $1,000.
I guess it balances out though because he probably worked with a bunch of people who he spent many hours with and like nothing works out.
Yeah, but that doesn't help me very much.
yeah.
It should be prorated, like, per much work he does on you.
Yeah, I mean, and they're like, I love when they're. I guess the standard fee used to be or is maybe 15%, and they're always like, well, I'll charge you like 12%. You're like, how about you charge me what the actual work cost you?
Yeah, exactly.
You were here with me for like half hour. Why I might pay you like $100 when we call it even.
Actually, my girlfriend was able to talk him down from 1,500 to 1,000, I think. So it's better, but still, it's $1,000 for showing me an apartment around the corner from where he works.
That's annoying.
Yeah, it was kind of annoying.
So how'd you find in the shorter story? How'd you find your place?
Well, I mean, we had looked around in Brooklyn and Astoria, and then obviously in Manhattan. And when this other place we had put an application down on and it fell through, we went back to one place that we looked out here, and then it was just going to be such a quick turnaround that we just said we got to take something versus hope this other thing will work out, and just took this one. It's up near Ditmars and like 35th Street, so. It's actually a pretty nice apartment. It's just when you move, you want to choose where you're gonna live, not have to take something.
Right.
But yeah.
I hate also I guess the application thing when you hit to hand your application. You said it wasn't like you weren't sure if it was gonna work out. You're like, here's the thing, I'll pay you the rent. Why can't I just live there? What application process?
Well, the thing is that all right. So this one apartment in East Harlem was partially owned by the city. It was rent subsidized. Okay. So not only did the management company have to approve you, so did the city, and the city is very slow in deciding things. But also, the lovely broker who took all of our applications, didn't advise us well enough because the paperwork we filled out was incomplete. Like,
so he really wasn't earning his money.
He really was not. These guys are, but at least they gave me back the money we gave them. Thank God. But yeah, because there was a couple forms that said notary at the bottom, and I'm a notary, so I was like, well, don't we have to get this notarized? And the guy was like, no, don't worry about it. I'm like, oh, okay, you're the broker, you know about this.
You're
shit.
a notary too?
I totally am a notary for my work. I mean,
Do you use that on the dating scene?
I do go. I can notarize your shit, baby.
But I can't do it here. You have to come back to my place.
I don't have my stamp. It's in
You're
my
wearing
bed.
too much clothing for me to notarize.
Yes,
I can't do it with this kind of conditions.
Yes, there are conditions. It's in my notary book. You must be oiled and greased up and naked.
Yes. It's the only professional way to go.
Yes, and then I won't charge you the $2. I'll just forego that. It's okay.
The max fee is $2, right, for notary?
Yeah, it is.
I like they give that max fee as if someone was going to become rich off of being a notary. As if
Yeah.
someone's going to be like, I've been making $1,000 a notary. Reducing it to 2.
Yeah, that one guy, son of a bitch. I've been getting swindled.
I paid $50,000 for notary school. This is bullshit.
Dude, but it's hilarious. I'm like, my company paid for it, and one of our co-CEOs came to me the other day and said, "Yeah, I need you to notarize something for me." I'm like, "Oh, okay," Hands me 40 things to notarize. All these, wills and things to notarize. I was like, "Okay, I see how it is."
Yeah.
All right, whatever.
Well, that's why they paid the.
I won't charge you.
notary.
Yeah, I won't charge you $100 for the notaries you just made me do.
I could charge you $2 a notary for all 40 pages, but since you're the CEO, I'll let it go. Since you could not pay me salary, I'll let it go.
Yeah, I kind of joked with him that I was going to charge him that, and he kind of didn't really laugh, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
He kind of was like, "Ha ha, I spit on you, and you have to still work here."
You still have to work. But we're I'm just settling in, and the apartment's okay. It's just it's not exactly what I wanted, but I'm sure I will grow to love Astoria, right, Jay?
It's yeah. I mean, I know you've been busy, but it's an awesome neighborhood.
Did you look in the East Village, or just you decided to come to live with Jay?
Well, no. I looked at a place over on Avenue D
Oh God,
and 3rd Street, so just a little ways down from me.
that is literally one of the scariest areas of Manhattan you could live in.
It was kind of scary.
Yeah, I've been on Avenue D once, and I was frightened. It was actually that corner, D and 3rd. I thought I was going to be brave. It was still light out because I wouldn't try in the dark, but I wanted to walk up Avenue D from 1st Street to 10th Street. And I made it from 1st Street to 3rd Street. And I was almost in the fetal position.
Yeah, I mean,
You don't necessarily feel safe over there.
No.
Avenue D is for death.
Yeah.
I've heard.
Oh, I actually have a friend that used to be was a broker for a short while, a real estate broker, like for rentals. And he was saying how, I guess he wasn't that good at it. And his boss came to him and said, "Hey, let me take a look at your Craigslist postings." And he's like, "Okay." And he said, "You're not putting your Craigslist postings in the no fee section." And he said, "Well, yeah, because they're they're with a fee." And the boss was like, "Yeah, if you're not going to be dishonest about this, it's just never going to work. You have to really want this to work."
Are you serious?
Yeah, basically.
Is that why every time I answer an ad on Craigslist, it says no fee and it's a fee?
Yeah, I actually think I wonder if you go to the fee section, it might just be empty, the fee section.
Yeah.
Because literally no one's ever posted that.
Yeah, who's going like, well, I could pay not $1,000, but I'd like to pay $1,000, preferably $2,000.
Well, that was the thing. This one on Avenue D, it was $2,000 a month, which I was like, wow, okay.
Well, how big was it?
For a 2-bedroom?
Does it matter? It's on Avenue D.
Well, 2-bedroom, $2,000 a month, that's not bad at all.
It's Avenue D.
But when they charge you 15% broker's fee, I was like, well, there's no way I can afford that. There's
They
no
got
way.
balls. $2,000 a month and 15%.
What were you paying in the East Village?
Well, it was a 3-bedroom. It was total 24. Maybe it was 25. 2,500 total. But we had it sort of divided up. We were gouging the new roommate. She was paying $950. My other roommate was paying $700, and I was paying $850.
Everyone I know who is, living in an apartment for a while and they get a new roommate, that new roommate gets fucked. We have another co-host who's been in his apartment for like 5 years, and I think he's paying like $100 a month or something. It's insane.
Just like, based on my math, are you guys paying $6,000 for this apartment? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, dude,
You're not covering the entire rent yourself. That'd be preposterous.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't work for like almost 2 years, and I'm like, you live in Manhattan. How'd you not work for 2 years? Oh, you're paying $100 a month. I see. That works.
It's a pretty good deal. Are you paying? What are you paying out in Astoria?
It's about $915. We get it's $1825, so like $912.50.
So 2-bedroom.
Yep, but my bedroom in Astoria is not even. It's a little less big than my old bedroom.
Well, yeah, that's just because you didn't have a lot of time to look. Like you could get a really good deal out here.
Yeah, I think you'd be able to get a better deal out of Astoria.
That concludes the New York real estate
Portion of
That
the
includes
podcast.
the not so interesting. We went from interesting to not so interesting.
I think I'm not sure if we mentioned we're doing all the shows live through this new site called Spreecast. So you can. I put a link up in the Facebook group. So if you join the Facebook group, which I made easier to join now, it's facebook.com/brink of sanity. There's always a link to the live chat. So you can join in there.
/showusyourjunk.com.
And if you're in the live chat right now, let me know if the audio is working. Because once in a while, we do 45 minutes of a live show. And
There's not a single episode where it's ever worked properly, like from the start of the show. Someone has to let us know, and halfway through the show, we figure it out. That's what happens every episode.
right. But for some reason, people watch me talk with no sound. Maybe I have nice eyes or something. They watch me talk with no sound for like 40 minutes. That happened during our...
Someone's beating off watching you talk. It's chat roulette all over
The
again.
baby chat roulette.
It's like reverse chat roulette.
Wait, have you both done that?
No,
What?
it was like over before I even got into chat roulette.
Wait.
I've
it's
never
not
tried it,
over,
but I
is
just
it?
heard. I saw that
Yeah.
South Park episode and heard it was all about guys jerking off. So I decided, hey, I'm not going to try this.
Yeah, it was like Dick Roulette, and so it got like they just ended it.
Oh, really? Well, I'm not sure when it was. I mean, it was earlier in the year, but I did it. I was like bored one night, and I did it. And yeah, there's a lot of fucking dicks, but literally.
They were right. It was just dick after dick.
It's just
Oh my
like
God.
given. You're like, yeah, lots of penises, but
But there's a couple times I just met like random like women that were just like normal, like talking. Oh, I'm about to go out, and party tonight. Just was like bored. It's like okay, and I had like a fairly interesting conversation with two people.
there's an awesome YouTube video of a guy at a piano, and he just does improv songs of everyone he
That's awesome.
turns up on
I've seen that.
chat roulette. It's pretty funny.
Were you like, hey, that's funny. Your dad owns that. I live in that building. Okay. Are you a lesbian?
Are you total les?
Do you have a more attractive sister?
Well, to end it, those three buildings, my building, the building, two buildings next door to me, were sold for $25.5 million. Three buildings. So
Did you think about putting an offer for the buildings?
I did. I was going to be 25.6, but
Dollars.
Oh man.
I couldn't put the paperwork in time.
It's like I am short 7 zeros. I hope this will suffice.
Do you ever think about like sometimes you I'll get the New York Times on the weekend. They always have like an apartment like some insanely expensive apartment. Like there's one apartment near Central Park that's for sale for $100 million. Do you ever think about just calling up the broker and being like, I'm interested in seeing the place, just to see if you can get a tour?
See, it's like when you show up, if
See what the
even
guy's
like
reaction will be. Why he's like I have never heard of you. You're not famous. No, but I have the money. Let me just see the place.
see if he even lets you in the
I just
building.
want to see it. Do
See if he even will set up an appointment to meet with you.
you have to pay $100 just to see a place or something?
I bet you show up and he's just like, absolutely not.
And if you show up, you can't show up in like a suit or anything. You have to show up in like t-shirt and shorts as he will show you the place.
No, you got to show up in like a top hat and a monocle.
like the guy because if you show up in a suit, you're trying like at least if you show up in shorts and a t-shirt, the guy might be like, maybe he does have hundreds of $1 million and he just doesn't try to look the part because he's so rich. I'll show him the place.
No, I think you need to go over the top.
Like a monocle, you're saying?
Yes, you need a monocle and a top hat and a cane.
Like Sylvester Stallone.
Yes.
What if I show up dressed up like Elmo?
In a
I'm like,
furry
listen, I'm actually, my father came up with Elmo. That's why I have all this money. Can I go see your place? I wear the Elmo suit at all times.
You know, like if I won the lotto, this would be our reality show. We would actually just film these things, and that would be the new podcast.
Secretly
And
filming.
guess what, listeners? Jay's not going to win the lottery anytime soon. It'd be nice, but
But that's my last plan. I'm out of money, so my only other plan is to win the lotto.
you're like going to like the convenience store. Can I finance those tickets? Keep giving me tickets. Once I win, I pay you back.
Yeah, can I buy this Mega Millions ticket in the installment plan? I have like 39 cents right now.
You should be like, listen, dude, like it's a good deal for you too. You upfront, you put up the cost for me, and then when I win, I give you back what you put out plus 25%.
Exactly. You know what? I'm feeling generous. 30%.
Yes.
Holy shit.
So I had an issue the other day.
Okay. Well, let's talk it out.
Yeah, I want to talk about it. Talk it out. So I hate customer service in general.
Definitely.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't? And who doesn't hate Time Warner? I mean, if anyone's listening outside of New York, Time Warner is a cable company that's evil, much like every other cable company.
We have a Knicks podcast, and Time Warner took away Knicks games for 3 months. The New York
Again?
Knicks podcast.com. That was this season.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Well, there's no Knicks games now. It's off season. But yeah, you can imagine how hard it is doing a Knicks podcast with no Knicks games.
Most of the show is like, hey, did you see the game? Jay's like, no. Okay, cool. I saw the box score. Want me to read it to you? Okay.
We'll just pretend we saw it and kind of, talk about the box score, but not outright read it.
We put out 2 different quality shows, Knicks and Brink.
Yeah.
Wait, was this before Linsanity or was it after?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
before. Linsanity is actually what got Time Warner to put the games back on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, they heard about Linsanity. They knew it was a cash cow. They brought back the Knicks, and then Time Warner
rid.
got really screwed by the owner of the Knicks
Yeah, 'cause then they got rid of Linsanity.
because they got rid of Linsanity. But the owner of Cablevision seemed fine.
Yeah, he's doing good.
Anyhow, so just happened to how cables worked in our household is my wife ended up signing up for the cable under her name, but I pay the cable bill every month. Not a big deal. And they were supposed to be sending me the email. The email was supposed to go to me each month when the cable bill came up. I get the email and I go on the site and pay the Time Warner bill. Right?
Yeah.
Not too complicated.
No, not at all.
Anyhow, so one month, I guess I hadn't got the email, but I knew like Time Warner probably didn't forget about it. I still probably had to pay the cable. I didn't want to get any like late fees, and so I asked my wife, and she's like, "Oh, I got an email. Was I supposed to send that to you?" Yeah, you're supposed to send it to me. So anyhow, I was like, "I'll just go on the website, and I'm sure I'll get the cable bill, and I'll pay it." So I log on, and I can't remember. That's what I hate about our society now is you have to remember like 8 million passwords for 8 million sites.
Yeah, because you can't use them all because the same password for all of them. Because if you get hacked, like your life is ruined.
As if someone's out there like James Bond, like trying to hack my life, basically.
Well, one of my accounts got hacked last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because when you're out of a job, what you want is somebody making charges on your Amazon account straight to your debit account. Because that works out well.
Was PornTube understanding that someone got into your account?
I was like, I swear, I was talking to my girlfriend. I'm like, I swear my account got hacked. It has nothing to do with the fact that I'm home all day. No, but somebody got two $50 Blue Mountain gift certificates to my account. Why
I like the
you
criminal
would
that'll hack your account, then buy something really lame.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, if you're gonna hack my account, why Blue Mountain gift certificates? That is the weirdest thing.
Is that coffee? What is that?
It's like sappy, like cards.
Oh.
It's
like
like
greeting cards?
Yeah. It's like
Oh.
the birthday cards where it's like all emotional and it's like a huge paragraph and like it's like $4 a card. So like basically $50 is a lifetime supply.
Yeah.
Would it be great though if you started getting like every month like a card in the mail that says, "I'm sorry your account got hacked. Blue Mountain."
Blue Mountain.
That sucks that I have your social security number. Blue Mountain.
Oh. Jesus.
So anyhow, I log in, and the account says they said Time Warner has changed over their payment site, and now you have to go log into Payment Express or whatever it's called.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to use your access code for it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, I don't know what my access code is because why would I memorize anything? They're like, oh, forgot your access code? Just look at your bill and you'll find your access code. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you know what's the funny thing about that? I don't have any bills because a while back you said, go green, do all your bills over email.
This story sounds familiar.
And I'm like, motherfuckers, I don't get it. Like, I don't have any paper. Because I'm going green trying to save the environment.
Right.
I don't have the goddamn bill with the access code.
And then you get an email, you win, free late fee.
I call them up. I will not pay a late fee. I call them up, and late fee. I don't know when cable will be shut off because I won't be able to pay the stupid thing. So I call the guy up, and I'm like, the guy answers. He doesn't sound Indian, not Indian. Like doesn't sound like he's from India. Something he's from America. So should be a normal conversation.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to be racist or anything.
Well, you failed.
I failed. Yeah. So I like listen. I told him the story and. Like my wife has the account, but I don't know the access code, but I have everything else. Could you just give me the access code so I can go through the site? He's like, by federal law, I cannot give you the access code. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? He's like, well, I need to speak to the account holder, which I guess is your wife. And like my wife she won't call up. I know she won't call up. I know we'll get a late fee. She'll be like, I'm busy at work. I'm busy. She'll just never do it. And that's why I'm doing it in the first place. And like, so I'm like, you know what? I just make up a lie. I'm like, listen, my wife is traveling for business. She's out of the country for the next like month. And so she says, there's no way we'll have a late fee. There's no way she can get a hold of you till then. And the guy's like, well, sorry, federal law prevents me from, I'm like, can I speak to your supervisor? He's like, fine. So I wait like another 10 minutes, get the supervisor. Supervisor, same thing. I'm like, sorry, I can't give you by federal law. I don't know why federal law is protecting these stupid access code numbers.
Yeah.
It's not like I want to use like access the account and like do anything like malicious.
Yeah, it's not like it's the nuclear codes or something.
It's as if someone would just like break into your account and pay the bill and be like, ha ha ha,
Yeah.
I paid your bill, ha 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 ha.
Yeah, I love how you have to fight with them to pay the fucking bill.
It's like I'm
what?
trying to give you money, sirs.
Like, fuck off and let me pay you.
And so I was like, well, can I pay it just over the phone? He's like, yes, but there's a charge for that.
What?
There's a
Fuck
charge
you.
for you taking my money? Yes, you have to do it online if you don't want to pay the charge.
If you want to give us money, you have to give us more money.
It's true.
And I was like, listen, you understand? I'm telling you, my wife's out of the country. The lie I made up. There's no way we're gonna be able to pay the bill. So you're just gonna have a late fee, or you'll never get your money, and I'm not gonna pay the stupid fee. Why don't you just give me the access code? I'm sorry, sir. Federal law prevents me from giving the access code. I was going to like I was like I'm gonna cancel the service. Well, the account holder would have to do that.
That's hilarious.
So I'm really mad at this point.
Oh no.
You're like, he says he won't give me the access code. Yeah, she's still out of the country.
I'm like, fine. This is Elizabeth Kaplan. And he's like, sir, I know this is not Elizabeth Kaplan. Just give me the damn access code. Federal law prevents me from giving the access code. I was losing my mind. I was absolutely losing my mind.
Did you
So
really
at some point
say
I
it was
started
Elizabeth?
cursing. And when you curse, they're allowed to hang up on you. So they hung up. I was infuriated. I tell my wife she's gonna have to pay the cable bill. She's like, "Why can't you?" I'm like, "Well, federal law prevents me from getting the stupid access code. You have to get the freaking access code. You have to call them up." And she's like, "Well, I'm busy at work. I really can't do this today. I'll do it at some point." I'm like, "We're gonna pay the late bill." So I'm just really annoyed, and I'm trying to guess the access code. It's like a 5-digit number, and I guess I'll be there for the rest of my life trying to guess it. But at some point, it occurs to me, and I've already cursed off the account holder, annoyed my wife with this phone call, and it occurs to me like, hey, you know, when I signed into the Time Warner account, the weird thing is I used my email, and if it's in my wife's name, wasn't it in her email? And so at some point, I realized that I logged into my old Time Warner account for my old building. Somehow, my old password still worked. Mm-hmm. I logged in then using her email with the new password, and we'd already done whatever you had to do to get past the account access code. Mm-hmm. And so I just went on there and paid the bill without a problem. I realized I was the biggest asshole in the world for like cursing out and calling these like customer service people like a terrible like I made their day like awful because I'm a fucking moron. I contemplated calling back up Time Warner to apologize, but I didn't. And I felt like a real jerk. Hopefully Time Warner's listening to the show now, realizing I'm an idiot.
Like, ha ha, you yelled at us. Well, at least they wasted a lot of minutes on your phone.
Yeah, at least I wasted a lot of time, lots of minutes, and like it was during the workday, so I got a lot done for work.
All right, so we're back from the break that we didn't say we were taking, and I edited it out, so you wouldn't have known if I didn't say that.
Drinks.
So what is this about the play, Mark?
Basically, I just got like a weird voicemail at work, and I wanted to play that voicemail, and then maybe we can dial that number, and I don't know.
All right, let's play it.
For this call to the prayer closet. And so this way I can have your information so I can begin to start praying for you nonstop. If you're really ready, press 0 right now because I know that your miracle is right around the corner. Your struggle will be over. Press 0 now to be transferred to the prayer closet.
Really?
The prayer closet?
The prayer closet.
Oh, prayer. I didn't even hear that. Shit.
The prayer closet, this sounds really weird.
That does sound very strange.
That does not sound as good as 7 Minutes in Heaven. It really does not.
No, it doesn't. I wonder if I can add a caller.
Yeah, can we call the prayer closet?
I'm gonna try.
Oh no.
Add people.
Oh no.
Add,
I'm looking at here. It says typed in prayer closet, and I got prayer closet ministries, transforming lives through intercessory prayer and fasting.
Oh my god. Oh shit, are you gonna call him?
prayer and fasting.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Well, I need prayer and fasting.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like weight loss and prayer. Are we dialing?
I think it's dialing.
Thank you for calling Manasseh Jordan Ministries. If you would like your phone number removed, press 1. If you would like to be included
I
in
like
our
how that's
prayer
the
closet,
first option.
press 2.
Press 2.
Please enter your 5-digit mailing zip code now.
Very real.
At the
zip code.
tone, please slowly say and spell your full name, followed by the pound key. Again, we only need your first and last name at this time, and please speak slowly.
Last name off, first name Jack. Jack. We need your help. We need your closet to pray in. Call us back. Are we supposed to leave a phone number?
631-676-1181.
At the tone, please slowly say and spell your mailing address, including your mailing zip code, followed by the pound key. Again, please speak slowly when leaving your mailing information, and please include your P.O. box number, apartment number, or lot number if applicable.
I want to talk to somebody. I do not want mail.
How will I get in the
To
closet?
provide your
sends
email
by
address,
postal
please
mail
press 1.
anymore anyway?
Otherwise, please press 2.
Oh, email address. Do it.
At the tone, please slowly say and spell your email address, followed by the pound key. Again, please speak slowly when leaving your information.
THE the Brink BRINK of OF Sanity SANITY at gmail.com. It's the Brink of Sanity at gmail.com. We need your prayer closet.
I totally do.
Do you guys
Thank you for calling Manasseh Jordan Ministries. Goodbye.
Okay, well, I was kind of hoping to talk to somebody. I don't think they're going to call Jack off back.
You don't think so?
No, I think we should have used a.
You think you're gonna put two and two together and realize it was a prank call?
Yeah, I think we've been found.
How did they get your work number though? Or was that from your home?
It's probably one of those automatic.
It was actually
dialers.
we have Gmail, work Gmail, business Gmail, and so it wasn't even a call to my work phone number. It was a call through like Google Voice that goes to. I don't even think I had a Google Voice account. There's a weird. I don't know what my Google Voice phone number would be, but that's what the voicemail was from.
All right. Well, hopefully
It was a bit sketchy.
Hopefully they get back in touch with us because I would love to talk with them next episode.
Yeah, Dr. Kevin Meter, who I found on the website.
Top
He,
5. Oh.
He's been president and director of the Prayer Closet Ministries. Since he was he's president and director of the Prayer Closet Ministries. He's 32-year-old. He is a 32-year-old evangelist from Mississippi. He looks like he's like 50, and he definitely looks like the before picture in the like those child rape cases.
Can the first question, if we get him on the phone, to be asked how long he was in the closet?
How long? How long were you in the prayer closet? Did you spend a lot of time in the prayer closet? Was it tough to come out of the prayer closet?
Do you ever plan to come out of the prayer closet?
Tom Cruise, come out of the prayer closet.
All right, top 5 time?
Yeah, top 5 time.
All right, so you probably heard that Mayor Bloomberg in New York is banning sugary drinks.
He's not banning sugary drinks. At least get it right what he's doing. He's banning the sale of sugary drinks in over 16 ounces. You can only sell 16 ounces and below.
Well, it's the same thing. Okay. You just have
Is Four Loko a sugary
You really
drink?
need a
Yeah,
32
very
ounce like big gulp or 42 ounce big gulp.
No, but I mean, there's like the standard right now is 20-ounce sodas.
Where?
Everywhere. You go to the convenience store, the 20-ounce thing.
So the 4 ounces are going to really ruin your life?
No, I think it's just stupid that we're spending money on banning 20-ounce sodas There was sodas when we grew up, and not
The
everyone
only people
was
that should
fat.
be complaining are the makers of the 20-ounce cups. They're being screwed. No one else is.
But I mean, like, is this really like something that we need to put time and money into?
Yeah, survival of the fittest, man. If these people want to drink themselves to death, go ahead.
Exactly. You know what gets your kid fat? Bad parenting.
You know what the best part is? Most people that are complaining and like protesting, that's the most exercise they've gotten in their life.
Yeah.
The other thing he's doing is at hospitals, he's putting baby formula under like lock and key. You could still get the formula if you ask for it, but they're trying to keep it as far away from new mothers as possible.
Why?
And basically try to force new mothers to breastfeed. And breastfeeding is not obviously it is the better form for a baby, but sometimes initially the mother can't produce enough milk, and they give the baby formula just to supplement until the mother's milk comes in.
Right.
So it's kind of it's just a weird thing of like the soda thing. I was like, whatever, it just affects fat people.
Mm-hmm.
The milk thing, like I'm like, what the hell is Bloomberg like? He just sits around and comes up with weird ideas.
Yeah, let's not.
So we thought about-
let's not fight unemployment or crime or rape. Let's go after soda and baby formula.
So we want to do the top 5 things Bloomberg plans to ban going forward.
The Hunger Games, baby.
That was number 1 on Alex's list.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay,
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
So Bloomberg has announced that at Chinese buffets, you will only be allowed a first helping. No second helpings at Chinese buffets anymore. Get all the food you want on the plate the first time.
Because that'll solve obesity.
You go home.
You go.
I'm just
now.
saying, after you've eaten a first plate at a Chinese buffet, nothing good comes up with that second plate.
Yeah.
You're never happy you got the second plate. You're never like, good thing I got that second plate. I needed diabetes.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to ban park benches because all these lazy fat people are sitting around all day on these benches.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, they need to exercise more.
They have to like actually sit like they're on a bench, but they're not. Do
Yeah.
like a one of those like chair from working out things.
Well, what do you mean, like
Squat
squatting?
chair? Yeah, like you squat basically and pretend you're sitting, but you're not.
That'll probably be banned in 2015. once all the removals of the park benches are enacted.
Okay, we're gonna go around like.
Well,
one
if you
apiece.
haven't,
You don't have to jump in.
No, I mean, I wrote down a couple while I was just waiting here. He's going to now. You both of you may or may not already know this. He is going to outlaw women being topless in public, which is now actually legal in the state of New York.
It is?
Yes.
Is it?
I've heard that.
You've heard that
It is
from
legal.
your friend that just made that up?
No, I've heard it from.
My buddy says, hey, women are allowed to go topless, and B, you're allowed to smoke crack in this corner.
My buddy, the frat guy who carries around lots of roofies.
No. If you put the weed in your pocket, the cop can't do anything about it.
So he's really cracking down on that?
No. That's
okay.
a joke. That's a joke.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
Are you actually talking about legitimate, real ones?
No.
Yes,
no,
he
no.
really said there's no seconds at Chinese buffets, and they got rid of park benches. It's crazy. I mean, the city's been transformed. These are all real news stories.
Awesome. I don't watch the news
The
anymore.
next one is if you live in an elevator building, you will no longer allowed to use the elevator if you live on the first 2 floors.
Well, how would you use the elevator if you lived on the first floor?
Usually because it's like lobby, then first, then second.
Oh, that crazy stuff. Yeah.
That crazy system where they can't just number anything normally.
Right.
So now you have to walk the first 2 stairs.
That's brutal. There's going to be
Yeah.
some backlash
So
about that.
and also fat people have to live on the first 2 floors. Just for the sake of that's really nothing to do with the them losing weight as much as like for the building architecture and stuff. I guess like the foundation. If all the fat people rolled once or stepping on one side of the building might crash. So.
Okay, so it's for the safety of the neighbors. That makes sense.
Yeah.
He's also going to ban Indian food. There's no real reason. He just doesn't like it, so he doesn't think anybody should have it.
It would not affect my life at all. I don't really eat Indian.
You don't eat anything. You eat black beans and rice every day.
It's awesome. Yeah, Indian I never really got into. Are you guys big fans of Indian?
I like it.
I like it, but I only eat it like maybe once a month. It's not something like I want to have every day. Like, I like it when I have it, but I'm good for a few weeks once I have it.
There's definitely times when I crave it.
Yeah. I crave it about once a month, and that's pretty much.
This is like a great commercial for like an Indian place.
Yeah.
Come down to India Kebab, because like once a month you might crave it. You have it once and you'll be gone for a couple of weeks, but come that once a month.
It's really like all the dishes are really heavy and kind of have a lot of grease, so you may not want to eat it again for a few weeks, but in about a month you're gonna want it again probably.
And you'd be in close proximity of a bed because you're gonna want to sleep after you get done.
Yeah, exactly.
The problem also with Indian food is that like it's weird because it's the food from a culture in which most people in that culture can't afford to eat this food.
Well, they also don't eat that food.
They don't eat the food. They can't afford to eat the food. They
Don't forget it.
pretty much has nothing to do with India, basically.
It's like all those foods. Like Chinese people don't eat the Chinese food. I don't know where we come up with all this stuff. Do you have one?
Oh yeah, I have a couple more. This is actually one I think he should do, but I doubt it.
Pretend it's real. Go on.
All right. Mayor Bloomberg is going to ban texting while walking.
That's actually a good one. Do you know that, I think we might have talked about this in another episode, England actually put padding around telephone poles because so many people were texting and walking into the poles that people were getting injured and they were spending too much on healthcare. So this is actually true. And what I thought...
Blunt trauma.
Why don't you just make everyone wear helmets like they're retarded?
Well, they are
You
retarded
have
if
to wear
they're
a
walking
helmet
into
to text.
telephone poles. I think that's just reinforcing the behavior because now they have nothing to worry about because they're just going to get a soft padding. I think they should put tar pits and spikes on all the telephone poles. I would definitely watch my ass if I knew I was going to get impaled.
Wouldn't it be great though, actually, if you had to wear a helmet while you're texting? If you're gonna walk,
Yeah.
we don't trust you enough to be able to walk without you're gonna bump into something. You have to wear a helmet.
I think if you're not
boy.
sitting in a chair texting, you should have to put on a dunce cap.
You're like, well, I would sit down, but there are no more benches, Bloomberg. So the doors for all McDonald's, this is actually big. At McDonald's, I don't know how Bloomberg got McDonald's to agree to this, but all McDonald's, the doorways are going to be half as wide as they are now. And if you can't fit in the McDonald's, you can't get through the door, you're not allowed to eat there.
And if it's a close call, you better not supersize it.
There's no grease in the door with butter either, basically. Or there's no grease in the door with like a Big Mac.
You get in, supersize it, you can't get out.
I can't get out. It's not really a big problem. I'm going to stay here forever.
I'm gonna have to stay until I have to poop.
I saw you have $1 menu. Here's the $1,000. I'll be here for the rest of my life.
He's also gonna ban solar power because it pisses off all his oil-loving friends.
Does he have a lot of oil-loving friends? I don't really know who he hangs with.
Yeah, he does. He told me.
He does? Okay.
You rap with Bloomberg.
Yeah, I said, hey, I'm looking for a job. He's like, well, you're just a lazy Democrat. By the way, I love oil and I hate solar power. I'm going to go golfing now.
Actually, Bloomberg, he stole Jay's solar power calculator. And Jay wanted it back and he said, forget you and forget solar power.
Mayor Bloomberg is going to ban loitering at coffee houses.
Well, Starbucks is out of business. I never understood the people who sit on their laptop for about 9 hours at Starbucks. Like, why? Why would anybody do that? I get logging on for a minute, checking your email, and leaving. But the people who like plant themselves down all day, what are they doing?
You know what would be great if the cops had to walk up to people in Starbucks and like determine which ones aren't really doing anything? Like it goes up to you, sir, we've been watching you. We don't think you're really writing a manuscript. You're kind of a loser, actually. You have to leave.
Yeah, sorry. We have an anti-Farmville policy at Starbucks. You're going to have to go.
We heard you on the phone doing business and pretending you had an office. You don't have an office. You don't really have a job, do you? Get out of here.
Your phone isn't even on, sir.
Sir, we've noticed you don't look at your book as much as you stare at the other patrons here. You're making them all feel really, really weird.
Yeah,
You've been working on that small coffee for an hour and a half. Get the hell out.
you spent more in Starbucks air conditioning than that coffee was worth.
You may have bought a large, but you bought a blanket. We don't think your intentions are to leave.
And a large at Starbucks is actually the small.
Oh yeah, it was like large venti.
Tall grande venti.
Venti is 20 ounces. Shouldn't that be banned? Those are sugary drinks,
I think
probably.
it will be. Yeah,
You know their language. Wow.
I do.
Yes.
I started drinking coffee about a year and a half ago, and I'm a fiend now.
But that's the thing, though. They supercharge their drinks with a lot of sugar, like the mocha frappuccinos and shit.
Yeah, those frappuccinos they're pretty much milkshakes.
Do you actually think that was good for you? They basically serving you a milkshake, and you're like, oh, this is coffee. It's healthy at Starbucks.
Yeah, it's a milkshake with caffeine in it, pretty much. Not pretty much, exactly.
Because now they have the
exactly
calories,
what
and
it is.
everyone like finds out the calories, and they're like, oh my god, I didn't know that was bad for me.
Yeah, I
Can I
thought
have
this
whipped
ice
cream on
cream with
that?
caffeine in it was good for me.
Buh.
It turns out everything they serve in Olive Garden will kill you immediately.
Even the breadsticks.
I thought unlimited breadsticks was a good thing.
Apparently, it's unlimited clogging from my cholesterol.
Whoa! It's bad for my diet to eat 3 pounds of bread for dinner.
But the bread is covered in butter. It should go down and out easily. It's
What
greased
next?
up already.
What next? Fried
No,
chicken?
but I had some salad.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? When I first time I went to Olive Garden, I was like 12 years old, and I don't know if you guys had the same experience, but the first time I went there, I thought I was in like heaven. I thought it was the greatest place ever.
The first time I went to Olive Garden was never. I've never been to an Olive Garden.
Oh, the first time I went there, it was like the unlimited salad. The salad's drenched in like tasty dressing. The breadsticks are all like hot and buttery. And at 12 years old, I didn't realize that stuff was bad for me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was unlimited, so you kept like eating and eating and eating. And they're like, do you want an entree, sir? And I'm like, why would I want an entree? The salad and breadsticks are so good. You guys, give me more, give me more. And then like I left the restaurant. I was kind of a fat kid also, so I loved that place. Then I realized it was all shit.
Yeah, I mean, when you're a kid, does it really matter? Well, actually, it does, because then you get tormented for your entire childhood, like I did.
What were they saying to you? I bet you eat at Olive Garden. I've never been.
Bullshit, fatty. You love those breadsticks.
I could poke the breadsticks in you. I wish I had some breadsticks. They sound so hot and crusty.
But I mean,
Okay.
at least Olive Garden like sounds slightly healthy. You know, like the buffets we used to go to when I was a kid was like Golden Corral. Like, take your family to a place called the Corral. Like, what are we?
Yeah, I've never even heard of that.
Feedlot animals that are going, or you know.
Was that like a chain?
There's a chain called Golden Corral. Yeah.
I'm offended by you calling this place a corral. Now give me my feedback.
By the way, Hardee's is a terrible chain. It's
Worse
down.
than other ones?
Yeah. I guess it's almost like a McDonald's Wendy's type thing. Like the burgers were decent, but you could literally wring out the onion rings. Like I just looked at it and like I couldn't even take a bite of it. It's disgusting.
So Mayor Bloomberg is banning Hardee's, even though there are none.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
Just
in case.
Put another notch in his belt. And I will ban Europe in America.
You guys been following the Chick-fil-A controversy?
Oh yeah, we talked about last episode.
Oh, yeah, we talked about it last episode. Where was I? Was I on the show?
No,
It was just me and you, wasn't it?
I actually did one without you, Mark. Chick-fil-A tried to defend themselves by making a fake Facebook profile of a teenage girl and defending themselves on like Facebook forums.
What were they saying? She's like, I'm 16. I want to choose the chicken I want to eat, and I want to choose for gay people not to be happy.
She was actually saying that all the Muppet toys were finger traps and that they didn't pull their advertising because they're bigots. They were dangerous. So she was trying to slander Muppets, which is my favorite thing on earth. So fuck
Well,
Chick-fil-A.
I know there was a thing where people were going to show their support at Chick-fil-A, and they had like huge crowds of people going there that day to show their support for preventing people from having rights.
Yes, they had support Chick-fil-A Day, and then 2 days later they had Kiss a Gay at Chick-fil-A, where all the gay people made out in front of Chick-fil-A's.
In a related story, if you buy a small chili and a Frosty at Wendy's, you're actually supporting slavery. So Bloomberg also, this is I don't know. I think this is one goes against people are going to be pissed off about this, but apparently you're no longer allowed to use your credit card in New York City between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m.
Is there
Just
a
the theory
reason?
is you're never going to use it for something productive during that time period.
Yeah, nothing really that productive happens at like beyond 2 a.m. It really doesn't.
You're like, oh, it was like 2 a.m. in the morning. I bought a condo.
But Doritos and brownie sales will plummet.
As well as cabs, cabs really big that time of the night.
Yeah. There'll be a lot more walk of shames going on.
Yeah.
Horrible walk of shames.
Bloomberg is also going to ban all the outer boroughs.
You mean
They're
the
going to have to be
Bronx,
part of a
right?
different state.
Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, Staten Island, all of them. He really only cares about Manhattan, and honestly, it's just a lot of work taking care of 5 boroughs. So he's just going to cut it down to 1.
There'll be there'll be 2 boroughs, Manhattan and fuck youville.
Yeah, exactly.
But you still got to pay taxes. Fuck you, Bill.
Yeah. He's like, well, we have Manhattan. Everyone wants to come visit Manhattan. Brooklyn's kind of hip. And I think some people got shot in the Bronx.
He's actually kind of doing that, trying to like triple all the. He wants to make
Tolls.
every bridge into every borough like toll bridges and like double the ones that are already there. So that would pretty much ban the boroughs.
That's helpful, Bloomberg.
Yeah, that's good.
Way to go. We let you have that third term,
Yeah,
The third term, he's like, I'm going to pass a law that says no one's allowed to run for a third term. Then I'm going to break that law and run for a third term.
Yeah.
and
The only thing he did that was mildly, like, I didn't think it ended up being better than I thought it would be, was in Times Square where he painted the ground and added like chairs.
Oh, they closed off, off Broadway, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I work in Times Square, so like I see that every day. It's actually not. It actually was actually a pretty good idea.
I agree. The first time I saw it, I was like, what the fuck? Because the first time I came to Times Square, I was like getting like cars are going everywhere, and I'm like trying to take my pictures and stuff like a tourist, and then I came by and was like, what the fuck is this? This is
yeah, it's a great way to spend money.
Yeah, basically everyone hangs out in Times Square. They don't like go to Times Square and just immediately leave. Everyone just like spends their day there, and then they also have all these different food trucks there also. And so they really encourage you to just grab food, sit down, eat, go shopping, grab some food, eat, go shopping, grab some food.
get pickpocketed.
Well, I'm glad we got he notched off all the important stuff first.
Yes,
Good-
yes.
good
Add
for
some
the,
scenes of Times Square
overpriced
and make everyone
iHeart-
else annoyed.
Yeah, good for the overpriced I Heart New York shirt vendors, and fuck you
Wait,
to everyone else.
overpriced? Okay, I have to say that's the one thing I don't even understand how they even produced them at the price. I pass by those stands, they're like 8 shirts for $4.
And that's the overpriced ones. If you walk 2 blocks south of Times Square, it's like they're just like $1 each.
10 for
No, they're less than $1. Like 7. It's like they offer like 9 shirts for $7. And you're like, why would I want 9 shirts in the first place? How do you even come up with that deal? So
And you can only buy 9.
yeah, exactly.
That's okay. I'll just take 2, and here's $9. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Mayor Bloomberg is going to ban skinny jeans.
Oh, that would be so awesome. Well, but Brooklyn would not exist anymore.
They get a grandfather clause, though, I guess.
Well, first, guys have to be banned from wearing skinny jeans. It just shouldn't be allowed. Bloomberg should take that national, actually.
I agree.
Yeah, I think it should be a national rule that guys can't wear skinny jeans and capris.
Dude, I dated a girl once who was like, loved Italy and Italian fashion and stuff. She's like, oh, you should get, some guy capris. I'm like, no. Women wear capris. Guys, no.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
Guys
I
don't wear
cannot
capris.
take a guy seriously in capris.
No way. Are you kidding me? No.
I am not going to pay your broker fee because you're wearing capris. I liked his apartment. It's actually the bedroom's bigger than my old bedroom, but I can't go with it.
Because you're a douche.
I'm sorry, you're in
Bloomberg
capris.
has-
We don't rent to gays. Sorry.
No, Okay, we didn't need that. now we're in line with Chick-fil-A. Okay, and finally, Bloomberg has banned 7 to 8 o'clock TV. Everyone will be forced to talk to their family or significant others or roommates during that hour. And if you live alone, well, get a roommate.
What are we gonna do without Big Bang Theory reruns?
There's nothing really on from 7 to 8 anyhow. You're just waiting for the 8 o'clock programming.
You're,
So.
you,
Oh, is that when American Idol comes on?
you realize you're banning Jeopardy.
I guess the old people aren't going to let that one happen.
Maybe 7:30 to 8. I could live with that Wheel.
Alex Trebek.
Just going on a totally different topic for a second.
Yeah.
So I went to Emory for law school. Not that it really matters, but anyhow, they send like an Emory magazine. I get like quarterly or monthly or wherever they feel like mailing it to me.
Yep.
And you guys get like the alumni magazines.
Yes. It's those things that you leave on your table for 3 months and then throw out.
So
Did you actually read yours?
I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
But
nobody reads them.
I got it. It was like kind of thick, and I was like, oh, I wonder what's actually in here. I mean, and it's not even like law school specific. It's just Emory in total. And so I opened it to a random page, and I found something I wanted to read to you guys. It was the title of the article is "What Refugees Need." It's not another T-shirt. And so So there's a picture of this guy of I guess what might be refugees with this white dude who looks like he's like 23, and I guess he's created a project to help people. And so I'll read you the first part of the article.
Okay.
Greg Hodgson, whatever his name, wants to build better refugee camps. And his travels have convinced him the best way to do that is to listen not to non-governmental organizations, NGOs, or government officials, but the refugees themselves. Makes sense. I mean, like, everyone else thinks they know what they want, but the refugees will really know what's best for them. Mm-hmm. During our recent trip to Haiti, they probably need our help, so we saw that the camp had lots of T-shirts and tarps. That's what the NGOs are providing. So I asked the families living there if that's what they needed. They said, no, we need water and food distribution and schooling for our kids.
Yeah, well,
Why would you have to ask them that? Do you need T-shirts? We need food, asshole. Oh, we didn't know.
Well, how else are we going to get rid of 2012 NFL champion New England Patriots shirts?
But it's, I don't know who wrote this. The person who wrote this should never be allowed to write a thing again. Just the idea that, like, they write an article like, oh, in case you were confused, they don't need T-shirts, they need food and water. Really? It's the most obvious thing I've ever heard in my life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like, oh, I was talking to someone who was drowning, and I thought they needed a T-shirt. Apparently, they needed someone who could swim, who could rescue them.
And oxygen.
They needed oxygen.
I know somebody who severed his jugular, and I gave him a hot dog, but it turned out he needed blood.
I'm just picturing the guy like talking to the people, the refugees, being like, "Hey, it seems pretty awful here, but you guys have so many T-shirts. How could it be bad? Oh, the T-shirts aren't enough. Oh, you need food. That's why I could see your ribs. I thought I could see your ribs because you weren't wearing a T-shirt.
I thought your stomachs were so bloated because you were so full.
Yeah, I thought you guys were eating the T-shirts.
That was probably the most
I
un-PC
thought you guys
joke
were learning to read from the words in the T-shirt, and then you were eating the T-shirts. That's what I assumed you guys were doing.
Did you do your number 5 thing?
No, I did my TV. What you guys are supposed to go.
Okay. Bloomberg is going to ban movie theaters because he still can't get over the fact that Medea Goes to Jail was the #1 movie in the country. And neither can anybody who likes good movies.
Just to be fair, Medea Goes to Prison is being remade for the fall. As part of the new strategy of the Hollywood movies, are just going to remake everything that is possibly even remotely successful.
Reboot.
They're rebooting Medea Goes to Prison.
New director Bill Bellamy will be Medea.
Chris Nolan is going to direct it. Fresh off the Batman, he's going to take the Medea trilogy.
No. They need to reboot Gremlins.
Oh God,
No. Don't. That's blasphemy.
I don't care if they had done the reviews and said Total Recall was the greatest movie ever made. Like the remake now, they said like it was an absolute masterpiece, and your life will, like, this is what the meaning of life is, seeing this movie. I wouldn't see it. The first Total Recall was good. You never need to remake it. There's no way this new one's going to make me happier to see it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not watching that one out of spite. And if they remake Gremlins,
They probably will, you know.
I know. And if they CGI Gizmo, I'm going to go ape shit. I don't need a cartoon Gizmo.
Did Hanson have anything to do with those?
No, surprisingly not.
Weird.
Yeah. Yeah, an awesome puppet movie without Jim Henson.
Yeah.
Probably the only other one. But, that and Harry and the Hendersons. That's it.
John Lithgow, crazy movie.
That's right. I really do not approve of all these.
This summer, Justin Bieber is Harry and the Hendersons.
Oh my god, dude.
Did you have a last
Hannah
one?
Montana plays the wife.
Okay.
And we get a CGI character to play Harry.
You guys know that there's a movie coming out later this year, maybe next year. Stallone and Schwarzenegger in a movie called The Tomb. I just found this out today.
No, I'm not excited. Not excited.
15 years, 20 years, too late.
Yeah. It's called Man Boobs Part 2.
I'd actually like to see Schwarzenegger starring in a movie called I Have a Child with My Maid, but she still comes to work.
My ugly, ugly maid.
My wife will never believe it, but the woman I cheated her with comes here and cleans our bathrooms.
Most awkward payday ever.
Her son looks a lot like me for a reason.
It's like, Arnold, why are all our kids Spanish? I don't know.
Arnold, why are all our servants' kids jacked?
Do you know that they're redoing Red Dawn?
What?
But
What?
They're replacing the Russians with Koreans. No joke. This is happening.
That's some bullshit, dude. Korea doesn't like North Korea?
Yeah. No, South Korea. They're all going to just...
It just means we're going to start a war with them.
Okay.
South Korea. They're all going to parachute in and just shake hands with us because we're friends.
Dear South Korea, we secretly hate you. We may have signed a trade agreement with you, but we don't like you. When you walk out of the room, we make fun of your ways.
Red Dawn's one of those movies that was awesome to begin with and does not need to be... Like, there's some movies where you're like, all right, maybe the technology was a little behind and, we can improve upon it. You don't need to, improve upon a war movie with no special effects.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's speaking to a time and place. You can't make remake Red Dawn because we're not in the Cold War anymore. That's
Yeah, the Korean threat is nowhere near what the Russian threat was. It loses all its meaning. And there's no Patrick Swayze, so
yeah.
There you go.
It's like remaking.
They're also making another a sequel to, or a third, I guess a fourth one of a third one of Ghostbusters.
Right.
That Bill Murray's not part of. I heard.
He's in, he's out. He's in, he's out. I don't know.
You think they're doing that for just publicity, or?
No, I think he's really being. I don't know if he's being a dick about it. Maybe he's actually doing a good thing and holding out until the script's actually good. Yeah. Which, if that's the case, I really respect him because these guys who just do whatever to get a paycheck, and then the movie's complete shit.
Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, exactly.
Based on Bill Murray's recent movies, I think he'd be like, listen, I saw what you put in the script. I think there should be more scenes with me and the ghost having awkward moments.
You know who's never turned down a paycheck in his entire life? Eugene Levy.
Medea goes to jail. There you go.
Eugene Levy was even in the American Pie, straight to DVD movies.
He was.
Do you know how many American Pie straight to DVD movies there are?
It's a lot.
There's been at least a dozen, and he's in every single. I don't know how they write him into every single movie.
It's as if they initially were like, "Hey, we're doing a straight to DVD." Everyone in the entire cast said, "No, this is beneath them. I'll take it."
Yeah, please.
We were just going to offer you some money to use the name. No, I'll be in it.
How did they even write him in? It's like, hey, I'm the father of the guy who didn't go to this college, but I'm just gonna hang out with a bunch of teenagers. So that's not creepy.
It'll be funny because I'll be really, really straight laced, and have awkward scenes.
I bet he has a rider in his contract that he gets to be on set for all of the nudie scenes. Like that he.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Why not? I mean, I saw that American Reunion one, and there's an extended scene where this girl is topless, and that's pretty nice, I have to say.
How was the movie?
I mean, there were some okay moments, like Stifler's like life beyond, that when you see him in the movie. It's actually pretty funny, but like sort of actually going back to what the original movie was. Like, there's some real moments, some fairly real moments, and it's really, dude. But then I don't want to ruin it for you, but he gets together with Rebecca De Mornay, and she looks damn good, I would say.
I stopped after the second one. I didn't see the third one.
Eugene, we're making another American Pie straight to DVD. This one's called American Pie Rush. Do you want to do it? Well, you know my contract. Will there be young girls topless, and would I be allowed to stand in the background and beat off?
Of course, Eugene.
You really still want? You know I have a firm rider.
Firm rider. Nice choice of words.
Every shot of him is from the waist up because the whole time he's wearing no pants and beating off.
Every scene.
Every single scene, even when he's just having a normal conversation. He has no
scenes
pants
when he
on.
has like
Why
his
is
hand
your
up
arm moving?
It means the hand on the girl's shoulder becomes so much creepier.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
You're doing a great job at school. And the girl's just like, oh my God, let the scene end.
He's going to blow. Cut. Everyone else is
Maybe
wearing
you should
like,
move in for a
plaid.
hug. I can't get that close.
He also has a fluffer in his rider.
Oh, Eugene Levy. So much unintentional comedy.
Oh my God! I remember early in his career, I actually liked him. Like when he did movies with like John Candy and stuff. I think.
Yeah, he was actually not a hack like back then.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bob and Doug McKenzie, he was in some of their stuff.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what we're talking about.
He's like, listen, I understand you call me a hack. What do you do all day? You're in an office? I beat off the young girls and get paid for it.
You think we can
Do you have a
get...
rider at work that says you get to see young girls naked? I don't think so.
Fuck off.
You think we could get Eugene Levy on this show?
Well, are you prepared to show him young girls naked?
He's got, you got, whatever it is, YouTube for adults.
Yeah.
PornoTube. Yeah, you just show them that. I mean, not live.
I like you're like, you think YouTube for they must have it. There must be some pornography online. I don't know anything about it myself. I've just heard.
Yeah. I actually, I heard him on another podcast, and he doesn't have an internet connection, so maybe that's why he is doing all these movies.
He doesn't have an internet connection?
No, so that's probably why he does all these movies, because that's his only porn.
I don't understand. Like, you hear old people that say they don't have an internet connection, but he can afford it, obviously, because he makes every American Pie movie out there. Mm-hmm. Why did he have a reason for it?
No, I don't understand people who don't. There's a co-host on this podcast, the professor. He doesn't have an internet connection. And
wait, there's a professor on this podcast?
Yes.
Are we doing a podcast in an alternative universe?
We have a wide variety of guest hosts. He does not have an internet connection, and he is 34. And I'm like, well, you're married. You need an internet connection. I know what happens when you get married. When you get married,
wait a second, hang on. I want to take 1 second.
Yeah.
There's a professor that comes on your show?
Yeah. Well, he teaches high school. I call him the professor. He's a teacher.
He's not actually a professor.
He's a teacher. It's close enough.
It's a moniker.
Yeah, it's a moniker.
Okay. Yeah, I remember my professor for social studies.
Yeah. My earth science
I had a professor for art.
My earth science professor. All right, so that is our top 5 with a billion tangents. And
The more tangents, the better.
Yes. So the Brink of Sanity at gmail.com, facebook.com/Brink of Sanity. Join that group. You'll get links to the live show. If anybody would ever tell me if the audio is working, it would be really appreciated. And leave us a iTunes review. We got a new one, but it was only a 5-star rating, and it was not a text review. So
If you're watching the silent view and you're beating off the Jay's face, please let us know you like Jay's right side or left side of his face, so he knows where to like position himself.
Yeah, if you're going to spurt, which side would be better?
yes,
Oh, you know what? As far as rebooting stuff, Vince Vaughn is rebooting the Brady Bunch.
Didn't he ruin one movie already? I mean, why? Not the Brady Bunches.
Psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the weirdest thing. We're gonna make a shot-by-shot remake with the same dialogue and everything. That was the dumbest idea I've ever heard in my life.
The shot-by-shot remakes, that's what I don't get. Like, rent the old movie. It's even when you do a shot-by-shot remake, it's still not as good.
Well, at least you could say, well, the original was in like Spanish. So we're doing a shot-by-shot remake, but in English.
Yeah. Or the original was lost forever, and you're never gonna see it, or it's something weird, you know?
Right, exactly. But I can't believe he's redoing the Brady Bunch. It's just like,
So that's true. That's not bullshit.
no, I'm not making it up. It was on like E! Online.
Holy crap. I want to watch The Three Stooges. I don't know why, but I kind of do.
Like the original or the remake?
No, the new one, because I'm a big Will Sasso fan, and he plays Curly.
I hear there's speaking of, not. I mean, she's not topless, but there's an actress in there wearing like a nun's habit, and it's like a bikini nun's habit. I heard.
That's a little more risque than the Three Stooges were.
Well,
When's it coming out?
It's out. It's on. It aired in the theaters, and it's on DVD already.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like Will Sasso, Benicio del Toro, and somebody else.
who's the guy from Will and Grace?
Oh, okay. He was Larry.
Yeah.
The guy from Will and Grace was Larry.
So it must have made a lot of money and been a huge movie.
I heard there was a lot of recasting in those roles, wasn't there?
I think so. Will Sasso's perfect for Curly, though. If you guys don't know Will Sasso, he was on the best seasons of Mad TV, which I will argue to my death was better in its peak than Saturday Night Live has been in its peak.
If you have not seen the best seasons of Mad TV,
I know.
if you've not seen Mad TV before, you've already seen the best seasons of Mad TV.
Mad TV was so much better than Saturday Night Live ever was.
Right, because people,
Sounds like a grudge
no
match.
one believes you.
I know nobody believes me, but
Why don't they believe me? Why don't they believe me?
there's no good episodes of Saturday Night Live. There's good skits here and there, but
Saturday Night Live used to be good. Now this is like over 10 years ago.
watch the old ones. Not that good.
There's some funny skits in it. Come on.
Yes,
Mad
there's
TV.
funny skits. Mad TV actually had funny episodes.
That I don't believe.
Saturday Night Live never had funny episodes. They had funny skits here and there. You can make you can make I'm not denying you can't make an awesome compilation Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, but
video.
the whole night through, I would agree. It gets towards the end of the night.
The show needs to be
off.
an hour and a half every week is way too much.
It used to be they'd have some kind of like interesting intro, political, like kind of funny politics stuff. Then the guy would do like some dumb speech you don't care about. Then they do like a funny commercial. Then and this is like on the best nights. Then they'd have like one or two like kind of funny skits, not amazing skits.
Yeah.
They didn't do the news. The news was, which at the time was hosted by either like Norm Macdonald or like Dennis Miller, and it would
Kevin Nealon.
Kevin Nealon. You'd
Yeah.
be waiting basically for the news. The news is the highlight of the episode. News was always great. Then there might be like then you keep watching. Oh, they also have a band that was supposed to be good. You watch the band play one song, and it's always this is the song you'd actually pop up there and care about. Then there would be maybe two more skits that were like kind of decent after the news, and then it was a bunch of trash. And the band played their other song that no one ever heard of.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. We're done.
Yeah, I think we're done. Much like Saturday Night Live, the show should have been shorter also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think we're out of interesting things to say. So.
Yes.
Oh, the other thing I wanted to add was Snoop Dogg is now Snoop Lion.
Oh, okay. Well, is that serious?
I don't know if it's serious or not. I just saw it on the paper.
I know he's having a reggae album. I didn't know if he was changing his moniker or not. But
I heard they was. I don't know.
Crying like a lion in Compton? I don't know.
in Jamaica.
Jamaica, man.
He's reggae now. I'm sure that'll be awesome, and I can't wait for that. Snoop Dogg's reggae album when he's 50 years old. That'll be really good. So,
Awesome.
yeah, that'll probably be as good as Metallica and Lou Reed's album.
Jay is going on about how awful that is.
Oh, all right, we got to end the show because I got to play you a
Let's
clip
end,
of that.
let's end the show.
All right.
You can play for Alex after the show's over.
Goodbye.
Later.
Goodbye, everybody. It's all over. Goodbye. It's time to go.
This is the end.
Say goodbye. You better go away. I'm going.